Hey guys, and welcome to Go Math Lesson 5.4. Today we're going to be dividing decimals, and it's going to be a little bit different because our answers that we're getting, our quotients, are going to be less than 1. So the best thing I could do is remind you about when we learned dividing fractions. Remember, if you think back to dividing fractions, we got to a stage where we had problems like this. Four divided by 5. And when we had those problems, at first everybody was thinking, "Whoa, you can't do this. You can't do 4 divided by 5. 5 doesn't even go into 4. And then we discovered that we would get an answer less than 1. And it would just be 4/5, right? So today we're going to have problems very similar to that where we're going to have answers less than 1. Because in some cases, our divisor is going to be greater than our dividend. So let's take a look. For example, we could have 5 4/10 divided by 6. And you're probably like, "Wah, 6 doesn't go into 5. Well, that just tells you our answer is going to be less than 1, right? So here's how we're going to do this. First of all, I'm going to set this guy up like it's long division. Or excuse me, like it's partial quotients. You can do long division with this if you're comfortable. But in 5th grade, we mostly do partial quotients. Okay. Here's how we're going to treat this. We're going to pretend that this decimal doesn't even exist. We're just going to take it out of the equation, and instead of thinking of this as 6 into 5, we're going to look at this as 6 into 504. All right, so we're going to treat it as 504. Just picture moving this decimal over 2 places, and we'll go from there. Okay, 6 into 504. I think a great first guess. Well, 100 would be 600, so that's a slightly too big. So I'm thinking let's try 50, because I like 5s and I like 10s. It makes it easy. So it would be 300 as a quotient. All right, let's see what we have left. That's 4, 0, 2. Okay, now we have 6 into 204. I'm thinking, I don't know, 30 as a guess, because 6 times 30 is 180. You might be doing this differently than me in your mind, but that's okay. We're all going to get to the same place. Okay, let's see. What is our remaining dividend here? 24. 6 into 24, that's an easy one. That's 4, right? That equals 24 with no remainder. There we go. So our answer would be 50 plus 30 plus 4, so that would be 84. So I'll put that answer in here. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, that doesn't make sense. Something's wrong here. 6 does not go into 5 84 times. That's ridiculous. And you'd be right. Remember at the start, I said, let's just get this decimal out of here. Let's move them over 2 places, get rid of them. Well, we're going to bring them back 2 places. 1, 2. So our answer would be 84 hundredths. And that's a perfectly reasonable answer to me. 6 goes into 5 a little less than 1 time. Almost 1 time. Almost 1, but a little bit less. Okay, let's do another one. Maybe this time you get some scratch and try on your own. Here we go. Our next problem is going to be 2 35 hundredths. Come on, stylus. Divided by 5. Stylus. Too many videos from the lockdown. Okay. 5 into 2 35 hundredths. You should already be thinking to yourself, it's got to be less than 1, because 5 doesn't even go into 2. We're going to treat this not as 2 35 hundredths. We're going to treat this as 235. In order to do that, we're just going to temporarily remove the decimal just for now. We'll put them back. Don't worry. And we're going to think of this as 5 going into 235. So I'm going to start off with a guess of, I don't know, I'm going to say 40 would be a good first guess, because that gets us 200 with a remainder of 35. And now 5 into 35, well, that's easy. I'm going to say 7. which is 35. So our answer would be 47. And you're probably like, oh, what? 5 does not go into 2 47 times. This is ridiculous. 5 does not go into 2 and 35 47 times. But remember at the beginning we said let's move this decimal out 2 places? Well, the time has come. Let's move it back 2 places, which means that our answer would be 47 hundredths, which makes perfect sense. All right, you guys. Let's do one more on this one. I want you to just try it on your own, and then I'll do an answer reveal. Here we go. This time, let's do 6 and 48 hundredths divided by 6. Now, I want to say this before you start. 6 can go into 6. So your answer this time should be greater than 1. Let's see how you do, and then we'll do a reveal. All right, here's where I ended up. I treated this as 648, not just 6. I treated it as 648. And I started with an initial guess of 100, which got me a product of 600, 48 remaining. And then I guessed 8, which got me exactly 48, and 0 remaining. So my answer would be 108. What is happening here? 108. Oh my goodness. I'm glad this is the last problem because I think my iPad must be filling up with too much data. Okay, obviously your answer is not 108 whole. 6 does not go into 6 108 times. That'd be ridiculous. Your answer should have been 1 and 8 hundredths. 2 places to the right of the decimal, 2 places to the right of the decimal. All right, that's it, guys. Good luck, and I'll talk to you later.